They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
All right, guys. We haven't done one of these in a while, and it's for a good reason. I mean, I take pride in trying to answer as many questions as I can of yours every single day. But I found a better way to do it. Y'all know usually what I've been doing is I've been going down to the comment section, trying to answer a few questions every single time I get the chance. And I've been going through and making a lot of these videos where I'll take your questions, I'll break them down in depth, and then really try to help everybody else out with my thought process. But the great thing is I found out how to premiere videos on YouTube. I found out that as we watch the videos together, I can hang out in the live chat. You can come in, tell me about your team. You can ask any questions, and I can give you my answer right then. I can maybe ask a question back going, what do you need? What does your point guard look like? And that way we get a much better understanding of what we are actually looking at, and I can give you a much better answer. And no, this does not cost any money at all. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. We are also like 15 subscribers away from 3,000. So thank y'all so much. But more importantly, what y'all need to do is you need to make sure you are hitting the notification bell next to the subscribe button. Because when you hit that bell, then you're going to get notified whenever our video is premiering. And that is how you can come in. That's how you can hang out in the live chat room. That's how you can ask me all your questions. So yeah, I mean, we have been getting 30 to 40 people out for every premiere. I owe y'all a massive thank you. And that's it. Let's get into this video and let's break down some trade questions that I got on Twitter, some trade questions that I got down in the YouTube comment section. And our first one is going to be, should I trade Kristaps Porzingis for Jamal Morant in a category format? And I'm going to be completely honest. My first reaction was, yes, make this trade. Go get Jamal Morant. But then, of course, I had to go in and I had to do a little bit of a better look at both of these players and specifically for category leagues, what we thought of the two. And Jamal Morant, I know, big name player, just like Zion Williamson. There are a ton of reasons to be excited about Jamal Morant, and I think it's completely possible that he is the face of the NBA in 5 years. I mean, Jamal Morant looks like an elite level young athlete, but I mean, hasn't necessarily been the sophomore year I was expecting. Gonna be completely honest. I mean, right now, Jamal Morant is pretty much giving us very little from beyond the arc, something that I thought he was going to be able to take a step up with in year two. And we know Jamal Morant's going to give you pretty much no blocks. So all you're really looking at right now in a category league is two categories that he's giving you. He's giving you 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds, and he's giving you a steal. So let's go points, assist, steal, Jamal Morant is helping you out with. Whereas on the other hand, Kristaps Porzingis is coming in with very high percentages, both from the field and specifically from the free throw line. We know Kristaps Porzingis is going to be giving you production from beyond the arc as well. He's also giving you 20 points a game. He's giving you 8 rebounds and over a block and a half. And we know over a block and a half is a massive thing to look at in the category format. So I'll say with the overall points and assists, I would say we would go with Jamal Morant if it was a points league, especially because we know Kristaps Porzingis should miss more games throughout the rest of the season than Jamal Morant. But specifically a category format, even with the trade rumors and even with Kristaps Porzingis going to be sitting out back-to-backs and going to be missing more games than Morant for the rest of the season, I think we still go with Porzingis. And I hate to say it, I didn't want to see it, but for a category league, I think that's the right decision. All right, so now our next question that we got is pretty much, what should I do with Miles Turner? And here I'm going to do the same thing. Let's do this for the rest of the video. Let's look at players with category formats and with point formats. That way I can try to help everybody out here, not just the people who play in one or the other. And right now, Miles Turner, if we go through, look at what he's been able to do so far this season, obviously, really the only thing he's giving you is elite level defense. So we know Miles Turner was a player that for a very long time this season was actually averaging 4 blocks a game, and we knew that was not going to maintain. We knew that was going to regress, but he has still been elite there. I mean, for the season, Miles Turner is still averaging 3.5 blocks, and to go along with that, he's also averaging a steal a game as well. So for those category leagues, 3.5 blocks is literally enough to just win you the category outright. I mean, you take Miles Turner and you go, okay, at blocks, I'm going to be winning almost every single week, regardless of who else I have in my starting lineup. Now, let's just focus in on everything else. So I'll say, because of that aspect with Miles Turner, where he is going to be getting you such an advantage with both steals and blocks in a category format, there I want to be holding Miles Turner. Whereas if we're playing in a points league and someone really doesn't understand the difference in value between the two, I know a lot of podcasters pretty much strictly talk categories where blocks are going to be such a big deal with Miles Turner. And while yes, they matter a lot in those points formats, really they don't matter as much. So if you can, in a points league, I'm going to go out there and look to sell. Because right now, I mean, he's only averaging 13 points a game. So even if he's coming out with a great stat in his blocks, the points, the rebounds, the assist, they're not going to be high enough in a points league for him to really demand too much value on your roster. Okay, so now let's get up another trade. And this one, I'm going to be honest, is a little bit more interesting once you dive into the numbers. And this is Devin Booker for Jeremy Grant. And right now, it's going to be interesting between these two players. Let's do it just like we have been with both category and point formats. And really, the only thing that we have to talk about in category formats between the two players is field goal and free throw percentages, where Devin Booker is great with his percentages from both the line and the field, where Jeremy Grant has a very, very poor field goal percentage. I was looking at it about 30 minutes ago. I think it's hovering around 43%, but if I'm off 1 or 2 there, don't kill me. And with Jeremy Grant, yes, I mean, he has been an elite player in terms of the usage that he has in Detroit. I mean, he is seeing 37 minutes a game, and he has been their star go-to player. I know they're one of the worst NBA teams, if not the worst NBA team in the entire league. But still, Jeremy Grant right now has been able to come away with 23 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, 3 assists, and both a steal and a block. Whereas Devin Booker is very similar with the points scored, yet, I mean, he's averaging less rebounds, a little bit more assists, but Devin Booker is not going to be providing you anything close to those defensive stats. So I'll say, I think we are going to end up going with Jeremy Grant, regardless of if this is a points or a category format. And I know y'all are going to hate hearing that answer. Devin Booker is definitely the better NBA player, but these two players are playing completely different roles in their respective rotations. Jeremy Grant has a lot higher usage, so I think we are going to have to go with Grant for this question. All right, so now our last question that we got is, Mason, do you think we should sell Jamal Murray high, or do you think that he can continue this type of production? And let's go through what Jamal Murray has done over the past 10 games, because obviously we're not going to be looking at the season-long sample. If you're talking about you being worried about him taking a small step back, you're going to be talking about the past 10 games. And over the past 10, Jamal Murray has been on fire. I mean, he's been averaging 25 points a game, a steal and a half, and both 5 rebounds and 5 assists. And I'll say, if you would have asked me what to do with Jamal Murray at the beginning of the season, or if you should have drafted Jamal Murray or not, I would have told you to sell him or not draft him at all, because I was worried about Jamal Murray coming into the season. Now, we all know Jamal Murray can score the ball at will. We know that he was going to average a very high points per game. That was not in question at all. What I was questioning is how many rebounds are we going to get? How many assists per game are we going to see? And that is where Jamal Murray has impressed me. That is where he has kind of silenced me, and I can't tell you to sell him, because we look at his career averages, and he's averaging about 3.5 assists, 3.5 rebounds throughout his entire NBA career. Well, I think that's changed. I think that he has been able to be a player that's just a little bit more all over the court, a little bit more involved, and I think these numbers should continue. He's only 24 years old. We know you're going to get a ton of minutes played. We know you're also going to be able to see a decent amount of games. So Jamal Murray, I don't want to sell. I actually want to hold, and trust me, I'm surprised saying that. Now, thank you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope y'all got something from it. As always, if y'all did, go down there, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all with the video tomorrow.